channel. It's me again, your favorite cook. So today I'll be making Nigerian snack, which is called meat pie. And this meat pie you can use the meat pie with drink. You can use it with water for those of you that are watching weight and height. So if you don't want soft drinks, you can use with water, you can use it with tea, you can use with any soft drink of your choice or any drink of your choice. So let's get started. So the ingredients that we'll be using today are, all-purpose flour, carrots, eggs, salted butter, so our milk. So this one I'm using evaporated milk, and if you don't want to use this evaporated milk, which is rainbow milk, you can use maybe fresh milk, cow milk, and yeah, you can use that milk for use. Onions, potatoes, salt, baking powder, dried thyme, non-Maggi cube, our oil, and of course our grounded meat, that's beef meat. So first we're going to peel the carrots. I'm going to peel the carrots. So I'm done peeling the carrots. The next thing we're going to do is to peel our potatoes. So now we're going to start cutting the potatoes. Cut them into cubes. So we'll finish cutting the potatoes. So this is how it come up, the cubes. And then the next thing we're going to do is to cut our carrots into cubes as well. So I'll finish cutting the potatoes and the carrots, and then the next thing we're going to do now is to start cooking our meat. So we'll start to steam our meat, so we'll cook our meat. So let's just put, and then we're going to add our oil, not much of oil. Yes, so this much of oil is okay. So we're going to wait for the oil to heat a little bit before we're not adding our onions. So let's see if our oil is heated. Not yet. We'll have to wait for the oil to heat before we put in the onions. Okay, so now it's time for us to add in our onions. Keep stirring it, and after a little while, what you're going to be adding is our meat. So, and then we're going to add in our meat and mix it together. So you see the color of the meat. After mixing it, you'll see the next color. Mix together, keep mixing it. So keep mixing it until they are all well combined together. So you don't get that fresh meat that you saw before. So we just keep on mixing until we get that texture. Until we get the texture that we need. So this meat, you just need to keep on stirring the meat until you get the texture, until we get the texture that we need. So just keep on mixing it, keep on mixing, turning. Don't just leave it like that. So you just need to keep mixing. So this is it. This is what I was looking for. Then the next thing is for me to put my thyme. We're gonna put the thyme. This is Nigerian dry thyme. And then I'm going to put my non-Maggi cube. I'm going to add a little bit of chili. Remember I told you in the order of my video that I love chili, so I'm going to put a little bit of chili in it. It's not that much, so it's not going to be hot at all. So I'm going to just put little of it. But if you don't want to put chili, that's fine. You can just cook it that way without pepper. And then you mix together. And then we're going to add a little bit of water. And then cover it to boil a little bit before we add in our carrots and the potatoes. So the next thing I'm going to put in is my salt. Don't forget to put salt. And then we're going to start adding our potatoes and our carrots. Add your carrots, and then you mix them up together. But I think we are going to need a little bit of water in order to enable potato and the carrots. So we'll add a little bit of water. Yeah. So you cover it and leave the water to dry a little bit. So while the meat is cooking, it is time for us to start mixing our dough, our meat pie dough. So, and I'm going to remember I said measurement is kind of a problem for me, but I'm going to try my best to measure it the appropriate way. Okay, so this is already 2 cups. So I'm going to use this 5 of it, which will be 10 cups. That's what I'll be using today. So this cup is also, so we're going to use it to shift our flour. So while the meat is cooking, so this is it. While it's cooking, I'm going to mix little of flour with water because we are going to use it to thicken this meat, to make it thick a little bit. So this is when you might have mixed it. This is how it's going to look like. So when the water is a bit dry in this, we are going to add in this. We're going to add this to thicken it. So we're going to check how the potato and the carrots are doing, if they are soft enough for us to add in our thickener. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. So we are about to put our thickener, and then the meat for the meat pie will be done. So we mix together. Oh yeah. So look at it. So it's thickened already. And yes, our meat pie, our meat for the meat pie is ready. So we're going to leave it to cool down, for it to cool, and then we'll start making our dough for the meat pie. So we're going to, I've finished with my flour. We're going to put all the dried ingredients in here. So I'm going to start with the sugar. So I'm using 1 tablespoon I'm going to use this 1 tablespoon and scoop my sugar. So I used 5 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to use half tablespoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add nutmeg. So if you want to use nutmeg for yourself, you can. For me, I want to add nutmeg to give it that taste that we want. So we're going to mix all the dried ingredients together. Then we're going to add in our butter. So I'm using salted butter. So this butter is 400 grams, but I think I'm going to use half of it, which is going to be 200 grams. So that's what I'm going to use. Then we'll mix them together. I just find out that the 200 grams of the butter is not enough, so I think I'm going to put all of them, which is the 400 grams of butter. This is to make the meat pie dough very soft, and when you are eating your meat pie, it should be soft, not strong, not hard. So I'm going to add all of them together. So we'll mix together. So this is my milk. I'm going to add a little bit of water in here, and then I'm going to add my egg in here as well and mix all of them together to use it for this. We don't need too much of water for this one. So yeah, so I'll finish mixing it, and this is how our flour with the butter and other ingredients came up with. So I'm going to add in our liquid milk and we'll mix all of them together. So I added a little bit of water. So remember that we added our egg. I added two eggs in here, and then I mixed all of them together, and I added some amount of water in here as well. So I'll mix. So you put the liquid bit by bit, so you don't put much of milk, and we don't want it to be that sticky like this. So we're going to mix all of them together. So this is not easy to mix. You need strong hand for this particular mixture. Okay, so you need to use your strong hands. If you have gloves or you're in your house making it, you can use your 2 hands to do it. So yeah, I'm going to add all of this together. I think I'll be needing a little bit of water. Yeah, so this is it. It's not supposed to be sticky, so this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Not too sticky, not too strong. So, and you will sweat when you are doing this. So not worry about the sweat, just clean it off and then keep on doing what you're doing. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. See, not sticky, not too strong, but just fine, just fine. And then we're going to leave it for let's say 30 minutes for it to set before we start making our meat pie. So we're going to preheat our oven before we start mixing our dough. So then I'm going to put the degree on 150. And then timer, and I'm gonna put the timer on. I'm going to put it all the way to 120, the timer. Minutes, we are back for the deal thing. So we are about to start making our meat pie. So yeah, I'll put it aside. I've already whisked my egg. So this egg is to so this is my egg that I'm gonna use and coat the dough after putting in the meat. So I'm gonna use this egg to brush it up. So I'm going to start mixing it. This. I'm going to make it very, very thin and flat, not too thick. So you'll see how it's gonna come up. So this is it. And I do not have meat pie cutter because some people they have meat pie cutter, but I don't have it. So I'm gonna use this. I'm going to use this to measure my cutting. So this is going to be the same size. When I use it's going to be the same size to all. So this is it. This is the size that I needed. So I'm going to add in my meat. Add in my meat. So this is how it is. I'm going to brush it off a little bit with the egg, so for it to lap very well. And I'm gonna fold it. So we're going to do this to all of them. So it's not an easy thing to make. It's very difficult to make, but you have to take your time to do this. You have to bring out time for this particular snack. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use my fork. This is flour. I'm going to use my fork to pierce around it so there will be no leakage when you put it in the oven. So this is how it's been designed, how meat pie is being designed as well. Though I don't have the machine, but you can use fork if you don't have your machine to do this. So you can just use your fork and do it. Yeah, it's not bad. You use what you have. You use what you have to get what you want. So it's not bad to use your fork. And the next thing you're going to do is to use your fork and give it a little design at the top. So we're going to put it in the baking tray. So this is what you're going to do to all of them. Then it's ready to go into the oven. So I've finished with the dough and the mixing of the meat pie. So I'm going to do the same thing I showed you guys before to all of them. And I'm going to brush it up with the egg wash. So I'm going to do the same thing to all of them, and then it's going to be time to put it in the oven. So these little ones here, the ABC alphabet letters, it's my little boy that made this one. He said he wants to eat something, so I'm like, okay, it's fine, you can put yours, that's okay. So he was the one that made this, and I'm gonna bake them all together for him. Alright, so it's time to put it in the oven. Okay, and we are going to leave it for, let's say, about 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and then we'll check it up and see how it goes. Hey, our meat pie is ready. So yeah, this is it. This is the Nigerian meat pie. It's a snack. You can eat it anytime. You can use it with juice. You can use it with soft drink. You can use it with any kind of your drink that you want. You can use with water for those of us that are watching weight. So this is it. The next thing we're going to do, and the fun part, is testing time. That is amazing. So who doesn't like eating? I love food. So let's go testing. Ta-da! Testing time, the fun part. So it's still hot, but we're gonna test it like that. It's good when it's hot. So let's check it out. You can use knife and cut it if you don't want to use your hand, but it's okay to use hand, it's fine. So this is it. It's still hot, and I'm going to try to taste it hot. But please, if you can't bear the hotness of this, don't try it. It's gonna burn your tongue. But I will try to test it myself. That's amazing. I love it. It came out awesome. So if you wanna try this, just go to my channel and see how we made it, and then try it yourself. It's not easy to make this, but as if you love baking, you will like to try this. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy my cooking. I'm still your favorite cook. So please, if you've never subscribed, please just go and subscribe for me. Please subscribe, share, comment, and so share, and then hit the bell below for notification, so that anytime I post my video, you'll be able to, it will notify you that I've posted something. So I'm trying my best to keep you guys happy. So please subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.